Hello everyone, this is Josh Play Place, and today we continue to grow and expand our city of Houstonville in Cities Skylines 2 in this episode 9. Let's try to figure out what kind of trouble we can get into in this growing city. Let's begin. As you can remember in our previous episode, we were able to finally unlock the high density commercial zones, and we were able to upgrade all these zones into high density commercial. There's still all this zone for high density residential, so as soon as demand keeps going up, we should be able to get more zoning. We were also able to upgrade these roads into or continue the one-way 3-lane roads from here all the way to the end, and same thing here from where this road that links into the highway comes from. I think it's working really well, and it mirrors a lot of actual one-way streets in a lot of US, especially also Texas downtown. So we have a lot of one-way streets in the downtown area once the road comes from the expressway. So I think that's working really well. Our downtown area is looking really nice, and hopefully it'll stay growing that way. Something that we could do in the near somewhat future is to grow or create another expressway or highway that goes from this little island and crosses all of these. I think that could also be something good to do. So let's try to figure out what issues we are having with our city. So these people are complaining about high rent, and which we should be able to fix it when we continue growing this area here. These people are complaining about waiting for an ambulance. These people are complaining for hers, and I mean, there should be enough vehicles here. Again, I don't know why the game doesn't work a little bit better in that way. Same thing for the cemetery. Again, all of these, we have enough resources and enough city services to meet the demand that we have. So again, it's a little bit frustrating that in this game we have these type of issues. Hopefully they can be solved soon. We're still having issues with people here that were unhappy because of high crime and poor education services. So let's before we continue growing our city this way, let's try to see why they're complaining about having crime. And there is one firehouse, and we have the police station here. We'll add some more patrol cars. That's gonna double the patrol cars, and I think that's gonna help raise the value for this area, and people hopefully should not have to deal with that. Let's see if we can find the other police station. Maybe we can figure something out. This one is here, and it's already been upgraded. This one here, I think we can upgrade it. And I think the last thing we need to do is to build another one here. I think that's going to be the best option for us to do. And let's see if we can build it here. Another option that we have is the police headquarters, and let's just do the police station for now. Let's do it here. And let's see if we see some patrol cars being spawned. And yes, we saw the 6 patrol cars being spawned out of 6. And I think that's as much as we are gonna do in terms of police. I think everything is gonna be well. The next thing that we're gonna do is build a police and fire station here. But before we do that, we are gonna continue growing our little town, especially with low density housing. And so what we started doing here is to build with these little gravel roads, which is something that I like to do in City Skylines 1, do the regular 2 square wide roads. That way we spend less money on maintenance and on laying them down. Later on you can always upgrade them, or at least in City Skylines 1 it was easier to upgrade, so that wasn't that big of a deal. In here I wish they would do these regular 2-lane roads with gravel roads. That way things would be a little bit, at least for me, or not for me, but it would be a little bit easier to deal with it, but they're not. So the next best thing are these gravel roads, which work great as long as there's not that much traffic going into this way, which I don't think we're gonna do. And if we do, it's gonna be another expressway that's gonna go through here, especially for the type of terrain and the fact that there's still we still have access to build in here, so we should be able to do that. So let me continue growing this area and we will come back. And I think this is growing rather nicely. I thought that I had taken off these traffic lights, so let me make sure they are taken care of. And I think this is gonna work really well. These people are still complaining about hers, and once again, I don't know what the issue is. There's enough vehicles here, enough employees. I wouldn't know. Also for the crematorium, there's enough vehicles and whatnot. So that might be something that the game needs to work on. So now that we've fulfilled a lot of need for low density residential, let me try and see if we can work our magic and do some medium density housing in here and try to figure out how we're gonna make this work for us. And I also think this is developing rather nice. So we've filled all our need for medium density. Actually, we still have a lot of for low density, and we also have some for commercial. So we're gonna put some just regular commercial in here, and that way these people have access to some shops. And I am gonna expand this on this side, so at least for one block, so that we can put more commercial and office in here. Again, this is developing rather nicely. Of course, there's a little bit of traffic in here. We could do a roundabout, but I think things should just work well, at least for now. The other thing that I kind of want to do is just to have an overpass for people to walk. So let me do that really quick. This might be a little bit too big, but we'll leave it like that for now. And hopefully people can start using it. And things are working really well in here. I think this is gonna be great. Things are growing nicely. I think we will take another quick time-lapse break, so we can just fill this up with low density residential, and we will be back really soon. And so this is developing rather nice. We have issues with this house, condemned. I guess it's gonna be one of those problematic ones. So let's add a little bit of this is gonna be it for right now in terms of growth. I think the only other thing is maybe we can add a little bit more of office here, and let's do high density here and do mixed housing here. That way this little area can develop rather nicely. We're seeing some traffic here, so I'm gonna upgrade this into a roundabout. We'll do the medium roundabout, and let's take a look and see how well that works. So I think that fixed the problem rather nicely. The other thing that we should place in here is a medical clinic, and I think this would be the perfect place to put it. And I also think that we should add, just for the sake of it, just to play with the game, a cemetery right here. That should help us with all this issue about hearses. Again, I don't think that is an actual issue, but maybe the game actually thinks it does. And I think the only other thing that I'm kinda tempted to do is have a road link Umber Street and go around the river and end up in this area, because people still have to drive a little bit long way from here to here. It might disrupt this a little bit, but I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work well. So let me work on that really quick. I really don't know why these people had to park here, but let's just do a parking lot here. As always, make sure that there's no charge for the residential area. Maybe we can add another one here. So this is kind of full, so I think we're doing really well. Something that we need to place in this area, the emergency shelters, and I think one would be perfect here, and another one just here. We still have to figure out later how many we actually need. We're gonna put just another one here, and let's put a small or a medium parking lot here too. And I think I actually like the fact that you cannot have any parking in these one square roads. I think that's gonna be great. People are still complaining about high rent, which means that we still have a lot of demand for low density residential, and that's great. Again, I don't understand why we have unoccupied buildings and demand. It makes no sense to me. We still have a lot of demand for commercial, industrial, and for office spaces. So we're gonna buy this square really quick, and also really quick, I am gonna expand this commercial area. And I decided to leave this without anything for now, because once we unlock the water branch, which once we get to our next milestone, which is small city, which will allow us to do high density offices, high speed highways, and combustion engine bans and seat promotion. So we're gonna get there pretty soon. We should be able to unlock this water, and I think we should do the tram. We're growing nicely. We're almost at 25,000 people. In terms of budget, we're getting very close, kinda, to breaking even, which is good. And we've completely, I'm gonna take this and these zones out, because we have no more. Our demand is really low, so I think that should be fine for now. Is there a light here? Yeah, there's a light, so let me take that out. And I think we've completely been able to, they're complaining about not enough customers. We've completely been able to change how this is working, how our city is working. I don't know why they're complaining not enough customers, but I think that should be good enough for now. Let's take one last look at the happiness factors, and traffic and poor education services are what are bothering our citizens, and I think that's a little bit unfair, but that's how it is. I'm also gonna adjust a medium roundabout here. That's gonna help our traffic flow, and I think this is working just nice enough. I kinda like this, I actually do. I wish it was a little bit more even and a little bit less glitchy, but I think this is working rather nice. We can fix it later. Let's also make sure, again, these people, I don't know why these people decided to park there, but I think that's how it is for them. There's one vehicle in use, so hopefully this will help us a lot, and we're still doing okay in terms of money, so we shouldn't worry about that much. And yeah, we're very close to the next milestone, but this is where we are going to end our episode 9. We were able to create more than we expected. We grew this little area with medium density residential and high density commercial and a lot of office spaces, and we still need to unlock our next milestone so we can start doing high density office zones, and I think that's gonna work really well. This really cool avenue looks really nice. I think it's great, and I think we need to have a line going through it, a bus line, but that's gonna be for our next episode. As always, I do want to thank you for watching and liking this video. Don't forget to leave your comments, suggestions in the comment box, and to please subscribe to this channel. Our little community is growing, and I think City Skylines is making us stronger every single day that passes. So once again, stay safe, and we will see each other in our next episode. Thank you.